Reggie Miller calls Rockets at the Mavs Sunday on TNT, 9 Eastern, alongside Kevin Harlan, the Hall of Famer, joining us now. What the heck happened to Rajon Rondo? What?
Thank you so much, Theodore.
What?
For solving that mystery, because I, for one, having seen Hoosier 933 times, thank you so much for putting the pieces together of how did Buddy, because you're right, we have a real-life Buddy going on in Dallas right now.
What happened to Rajon Rondo's career?
Look, let me give credit to Rondo because he is a really smart guy. But some of the decisions he's made over the last couple of years, there's a pattern forming here because this kind of dates back to Kentucky because he's had run-ins with Tubby, he's had run-ins with Doc, he's had run-ins with Brad Stevens, and now he's had run-ins with Coach Carlisle. And look, he's an unbelievable talent. I love his game, but at some point in time, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror, and this is one of those moments.
Well, he's done there. And who's going to give him a max contract?
Well, I'm saying going forward, he has to look at himself in the mirror.
Yeah. But if you're the Lakers, you give him a max deal?
Personally, I do not, but there's teams out there that will give him a max deal. That's just the bottom line.
Oh, I can't
He
see
can
that.
help your ball club. There's a team that would give him the max.
No
would it
way.
be the team that he probably wanted?
No way. No way you'd give him a max deal. No way.
Well, I'd say this. He'd probably sign a one-year deal on the contingent, show me what you can do, and maybe end up getting a max deal. Look, was it smart? No, but first of all, we don't know all the ins and outs and exactly what's going on behind the scenes. We can only go by what we witness, what we hear by watching these games. We know he was suspended that one game. He got into a shouting match with Coach Carlisle. We don't know what was said or why they were talking to one another like that. We only see the end result.
But he's got a track record, though, Reg. It's every coach that he's played for.
Every coach, and this goes back to college, you know. And again, at some point in time, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. But I will say this: in the day, it's all about winning ball games. Rondo can win you ball games. It just has to be under the right circumstances.
Is Oklahoma City a great job opening?
If you got Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook on board, if they endorse you, if you know they're going to be there, absolutely. We're talking about two of the top 10 players in the league. I mean,
but I don't know if Durant's healthy.
If Durant can come back like the MVP, you don't think so?
Well, I don't know if he can, and I don't know if he wants to stay there now. I mean, I think that they're going to have a crossroads here coming up in the next 12 months where, you know, even if Kevin Ollie gets this job, his buddy, is he going to want to stay? Is Westbrook going to want to stay when he's up in a couple of years?
I think a lot will be decided on what general manager Sam Presti does. And again, Presti is from the Greg Popovich tree, so you know he's going to do his homework for whomever he brings in there to be the head coach. And look, I think he's going to sit down with Russell Westbrook and Durant and probably get their input. I think that would be the smart thing as well. Who do you guys want to play for? What kind of style do you guys want to play? What do you think of our team going forward? You know, as our team is constructed right now, can we win a championship? I think all those things are going to factor into who Sam Presti interviews and eventually hires.
Spurs beat the Clippers. As much as people want to put a stake in them, they're the Walking Dead. They
are. That's a good call.
Right.
Look, Manu Ginobili has fouled out. Tony Parker, where has he gone? Missing in action. And they revert back to the guy that's really been the foundation
Reggie
of the Spurs.
He turns 39 Saturday.
39.
God.
And you know what? And I hope people that are listening and or watching to us right now, I hope you've appreciated what you're seeing. I mean, the greatest power forward ever at 39.
They don't. They're
schooling, and it's all about fundamentals. You're talking about Hoosier and Jimmy Chitwood, and Buddy was talking about, you know, Mr. Long, who played the actor, about we had to, you know, all about fundamentals and playing the game the right way. People, the Spurs are the modern-day Hoosiers. They are playing the game the right way. They share the basketball. You play inside out. You play with pace. And at the end of the day, when you're down 1-0 and knowing if you go down 2-0, it's a 94% chance that you're probably going to lose that series, you put the ball in the hands of the first ballot Hall of Famer, Tim Duncan. I hope people appreciate what they are seeing because it's going to be gone real soon. And don't say, oh, my God, I'm upset that I didn't appreciate Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, Manu Ginobili. I mean, it was a beautiful game last night.
We were talking to Michael Wilbon first hour, and we got on the topic of who's the greatest shooter in NBA history. And Mike brought up that Steph Curry has a chance to be the greatest shooter in the history of the game, which is saying a lot. I don't know how you define it accurately because people get confused with a three-point shooter or somebody who's a great scorer. Steph is both. Can Steph Curry be recognized as the greatest shooter in NBA history?
I can't argue with him. For so many years, and I'm going by, people I've witnessed and seen. I thought Drazen Petrovic was the best shooter that I've ever seen because he never missed. But I'm starting to question myself looking at Steph because some of the things he does, coming off screens, he's the best pull-up shooter this game has ever seen. I think no one will question that. With the ball in his hands, creating his own shot, absolutely he's number one in that. But in terms of just shooting, I'm starting to question that Drazen Petrovic pick of mine because I would put Ray in there. I would put Bird in there. I would put Craig Hodges in there. I could put Mark Price, Steve Kerr. I mean, all great shooters, but at the end of the day, there's something to be said about that young man that's in the Bay Area because he's just putting on shooting clinics.
Well, the only guy that would compare, who you mentioned, Steve Nash is a guy who would compare more with Steph Curry.
Certainly.
The other guys were specialists, and Bird's not a specialist, but he could have been a three-point shooting specialist. They just didn't use it as the weapon that they use it now. But Nash in transition, Nash from three, Nash from the line, Nash mid-range jumper was shooting at a very, very high rate the last, 7-8 years of his career.
Now, Theodore, you're talking about game now as opposed to shooting. Originally, you said Wilbon said the best shooter. So the reason why I mentioned those guys, all those guys were great shooters along with Steph. When you're talking about, from the line, from the coming off screens, you're talking about game.
Well,
now.
How do we define then greatest shooters? Is it just we're all in a gym and there's no game going on and you're just shooting, or is it?
To me, that's shooting. I mean, yes. You're in the gym and you make 77 in a row, which
well, then I'm going to put Chris Mullin in there.
I would put Chris Mullin in there. Absolutely. You could put Steph's dad in there, Dale Curry.
Dale was great. You're in there.
Present company excluded.
No.
It's you could put Glenn Rice in there.
Yes, you could. If I said you against Steph Curry in the gym shooting at your peak, right? So I'm obviously Steph right now, and I got you, and you're just shooting threes, and you got to move around the perimeter.
Oh, I'd be a Huckleberry. Absolutely. I would take that challenge. Absolutely. I would always bet on my right arm, but I'm taking myself out of the equation because I'm getting ready to turn 50. You're asking me all the people we've mentioned that I've seen in my years. Steph Curry could arguably be the greatest shooter I've ever seen. Again, I'm holding on to Drazen Petrovic, but if you're asking me in my prime, look, of course I'm going to pick my right arm.
What about
I'll be a Huckleberry.
I like Peja Stojakovic too.
Oh, yeah. A good call. I mean, look, there's so many guys that you could put in that category of just shooting, correct?
Yeah.
Not game, just shooting.
Is Nowitzki in there? Is Nowitzki in there?
Nowitzki has his own category because he's the best shooting big man the game has ever seen. And people say, what about Larry Bird? No. The best shooting big man that the game has ever seen.
So he's a better shooter than Bird?
Yes. Yes.
What would Larry say?
Reg, are you kidding me? I want to take that young boy behind the barn and done him in. Are you kidding me? That's what Birdie would have said.
Wait. What? You sound like you're Fred Sanford there. That didn't sound like.
Well, hey. Now you know. Okay.
I can.
You don't like you're.
I think Dirk's underrated.
Bird over Dirk.
I think Dirk is actually underrated, and I might elevate Bird.
We're not talking about game.
I know.
We're not talking about game. Of course, I would take Bird over Dirk. Shooting, I would take Dirk over Bird. Just shooting, people.
I know.
Don't go crazy.
They both shoot the same from 3-point.
I'm not quite sure about that.
No, they do. 38%.
I would say this. Larry's probably had more bigger moments from behind the arc, but Dirk has shot more. Dirk is playing in the 3-point era.
Yes. But they didn't. If it was used as a weapon that it is now, then Bird would have taken.
Bird would have inflated numbers like everyone else.
Yes, I heard you ran into Fritzy at was it a Suns game last week?
Here's the thing. Look, if one of the Danettes are in the same place as me and they're scared to come up, I talk to Fritzy every week. Come up, hey, what's going on? Don't put your arm out and give me a pound as I'm walking by 100 people and not say anything. Asking for an autograph like some groupie or something.
He looked very focused.
Come on, say something.
It was right before.
I'm a little upset about that. Paulie would have come up to me.
Fritzy, what happened?
Seton would have said something.
It was halftime, and I went with my wife and son and daughter down to get something to eat, and we saw Reggie coming around the corner. We noticed before the game he was calling the game with Kevin Harlan across the way, and I saw him coming by, and it was a little loud in there, but I stuck out Nux. I said, hey, Reggie, how's it going? I guess I thought maybe he would recognize me, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just said, hey, Fritzy from the Dan Patrick Show.
Reg, did you not recognize?
No, here, two mistakes. So he knew that I was calling the game. So he knew ahead of time I was calling the game. How about a text? Hey, I'm in town with the family. I'll be at the game. Can I get a few minutes? I would have texted back, of course. And then you're there with your kids, and I don't even get to meet the little ones? Come on, man. Shame on you.
I screwed that up. I should have made it a lot clearer. And I know my son in particular was very bummed that I thought.
Now I look like Dad. You really do know Reggie Miller? Are you sure about that? He acted like he didn't even know you. Now I look like the bad guy.
The family's looking at me like, isn't he on the show every week? He's always so personable and fun, and he just kind of blew you off there.
Wow.
See how that makes me look, Dan? See how. These are the type of people you employ. We're supposed to be family. I'm supposed to be the fifth Danette, and this is how I get treated. I get it. See? I know why I'm the stepchild. Was it a color thing or something?
Wow.
I'm only kidding. Reggie. I got love for you. I got love for all my Danettes.
Did you see?
But don't disrespect me like that, though, Fritzy. We're in the same town.
You're right.
And you got the family.
I didn't handle that.
You have my cell number. That's what's so funny about this. You have my cell number.
I know, but
you call me all the time.
I know, but I didn't want to bug you, and you had that expression on your face like you had stats in your head.
Game face.
No, hold on, Fritzy. That's at the game. Why didn't you text me the night before?
I should have done that.
And you think I'm going to be busy? You think I'm going to be busy for a Phoenix Suns versus Clipper game?
When I
didn't mean anything.
When I saw you across the way there, and I pointed you out to my wife and kids, and I said, hopefully we can, catch up with him at halftime, and he'll definitely take time to see you guys.
At the game, what happened 5 hours before?
I blew it, and they were so excited. They were planning on meeting you and everything, and I did not handle it.
Here I go. Reggie Miller's the bad guy again. Reggie Miller's the bad guy. He's stuck up. Come on, man. You making me look bad in front of your kids.
That's weak. That was weak by me.
That's weak sauce.
Don't let it happen again. McLovin would have gave me love, right? McLovin?
Yeah, I'm visiting you in Malibu in a few weeks.
Yeah. What?
Come on, baby. Come on. Hot tub. Getting in the hot tub.
Okay, so when we're in L.A., are we kicking it?
Oh,
Reg?
now it's we. It's gone from McLovin to we.
No, I'm bringing the show out there.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm doing Sports Jeopardy, and then we're gonna do the show from DirecTV.
Wait a minute, everyone's coming out?
Yes.
Well, see, now I got to get on you, Theodore. I'm not invited to be a part of the show coming out.
Fritzy,
I'm just here. I'm just hearing about it now.
Reggie. Okay, hold on, Fritzy.
I did not. You did. I did not get a chance to speak with Reggie and his.
Fritzy, you're really messing up. I'm just now hearing about this now.
Said,
you're coming out here to do Sports Jeopardy, and you're bringing everyone out here to do the show, and now I just hear about it? I mean, what's the deal?
Okay.
Seriously, man,
you're
this
right.
is getting ridiculous.
Reg,
you guys, this is a joke. What kind of organization are you guys running?
Exactly. It's a joke.
I'll take the bullet on this. I should have alerted him as soon as we officially knew we were going to be coming out to L.A. just to make sure it was squared away. But I'm sure Reggie will definitely take time to join us.
What did I say? What did I say, though? Just be fair, with this conversation here, that I did say we're going out there. Reg can stop by the studio. It'd be great to have him in. Maybe he just sits in for an hour with this, and that right?
Of course. Remember the last time you were out in L.A.? Didn't I come and we talked to The Rock? Remember? Didn't we do that before?
Yep.
And you gave me an advance warning then.
Yep.
But now, I mean, seriously, guys, my feelings are a little hurt here.
Okay, it's 3
weeks. Doesn't want to talk to me in Phoenix, and then you guys are coming out here, and you don't want to call and have me on the show. This is real. This is not cool.
Well, here's the problem.
I'm only kidding, people. I love my dad. But come on, guys, stop treating me like I'm a step Danette. I'm an original family member.
Fritzy invited Mark Jackson. That was the problem, and I said no. Got to invite.
Y'all are hitting below the belt now.
I know. I said.
I mean, he's family. He's family too. He's part of my family. Yeah. So he's the cousin of a Danette, but still, I'm an extended. I'm part of the family. I'm an original.
You can see Reg.
We have the same papa.
Rockets at the Mavericks Sunday on TNT at 9 Eastern. Thanks, Reg.
You guys are I'm going to stop saying that. You know what? You guys are not the best.
All right.
Until you start showing love to Aloysius, you guys are not the best. You guys are slipping.
All right.
In particularly, Fritzy, you're slipping.
I really got to get my act together.
You're better than that. You are better than that.
He's Scotty Slippin'. That's his name. That's his new nickname, Scotty Slippin'. All right, Reg. We'll stay in touch.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, buddy.